are the people around Albany? What tribes are there? Is it just
The
Menang?
Noongar people occupy the southwest tip of Western Australia.
Mm.
There's about 36,000 of us. There's 14 different clan groups, including the people from Perth, and the people around Perth are known as Wajak people. You go over towards Bunbury and the Wurundjeri people, and you come further here to Albany, and we call them Menang people.
Mm.
And then you go either side of us, and then there are different clan groups. So as I say, there were 14 different clan groups, but we all basically sit under the Noongar umbrella.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I
Or
believe
spirits?
in spirits. Yeah, most Aboriginal people do. You know, when you talk about spirits, we see it as a bit different. As I say, they're alive in everything. Animals, the land itself as a spirit of its own. The weather. So
Yeah.
there's a very we live in that zone. Yeah.
Have you ever really felt like a strong spirit in your presence, or is it something you feel every day?
You see, it varies from time to time. When you're in touch with your community and your environment, I think everyone has the capacity to feel that oneness with a spirit from the land. So we've all got that capacity. Some of us are a little bit more in tune to it than others.
Mm.
There is something there, and it's unexplainable, and it relates to. And then I knew that I had the ability to listen to things and hear things that other people probably couldn't. And I thought, well, this is an opportunity now for me to expand my knowledge and understand that a bit more. So I've always been aware of it. It resides within me quite comfortably. I understand who I am. I understand that listening.
It's not something
to the
that
environment
you fear.
No, I don't fear it. It's if you go into a place where you're not supposed to be, particularly, I do a lot of travelling around communities, and I go into areas where there are places that you're invited into by elders, and there are places where you shouldn't go. And there are these spiritual places and places where you shouldn't go. You get a definite feeling of if you're in tune with yourself, you get a signal, and that signal generally tells you, hey, you shouldn't be here. And when you get feelings like that, you need to listen to it. Your intuition is something that we all have, but some of us are more in tune with it. This is an area, from what I understand, how people used to be.
We'll have a walk through.
Yeah, come
that
through
bit.
that.
Yeah.
And you can feel, I can feel something in you already. I know certain aspects of our heritage and our culture are very important to me, but personally, I connect to my country really quickly and quite comfortably, but to understand it, what those connections are is still an ongoing process.
Something I was scared of, though, in doing this was, and you see a lot of Hollywood movies and stuff, and there's supposed to be bad spirits.
Well, let me tell you that you've got a good spirit. You've got something around you that's good. And I don't know whether it's your mother or your father, but you've got a good spirit with you, and it sits with you comfortably, because I've only ever known you remotely, but in talking to you today, you've got something that is special about you. So there is a presence about you. You need to be able to understand that a bit more, and let that life and let that spirit not so much drive you, but be within you and sit with you. And so it's more of a matter of acceptance for you. You'll become more open to things in your next 15 to 20 years, that your life will change. And it'll change to become more open to things that are not explainable. Of course, there are bad spirits, and there are bad things and good things in any life. We use smoking for cleansing areas and just letting spirit know that we're there.
And is
it wards off bad spirit.
What kind of tree is that?
Well, the sandalwood tree is a medicine tree. We see it as, it's still used by Europeans as, it's used by Europeans as a medicine plant as well. We use it as a scent, I've used it to ward off bad spirit, and I use it to welcome things as well.
I've talked to mediums, and who have done what they call Passovers, which is like cleansing, and to them they're helping pass over the spirit that's there into the light. Because they're a lost soul walking the earth, and to them, I guess the light would be heaven.
That's a debatable, what's the word, protocol that could be. Spirits, we have got no right to tell it to go anywhere apart from, to give you the opportunity to share space. And so if you associate in an area where there is spirit, you need to form a relationship with it rather than tell it to go away and to disappear. Because that to me, that smoking was about just warding it off and saying, hey, we're here for a while. We don't mean to hurt you. We're not here to chuck you out or do anything else but respect you.
It's more about making peace, you think?
Make peace. We've got no right to tell spirits to do whatever they I don't think we have anymore. Some people may have a different opinion about that, and that's fine. The Mudjar tree is a Christmas tree. It's an orange Christmas tree that we traditionally use. They generally grow in soft, sandy soils, you see. And our people used to die from time to time, and we knew where all the Christmas trees were in our community. I got one growing in my backyard. And so we used to bury our dead next to these trees because it was easier to dig, and there'd be a process where the spirit would remain in the ground, and when the actual blossoms come out this time of year, the spirit will go up through the tree and out through the blossoms and go into wherever it was going to go. Back into the earth in some way, back into a tree or a favourite animal that you had, or you'd become consumed by the world that we're in.
Yeah.
The one thing that encapsulates us all is the earth.
Everyone returns to the soil eventually.
Well, you've got to go back to it. You can't get out of it. There's nothing that has escaped this earth until just quite recently, when people are sending off their junk to outer space. But this world is our world, and you don't get out of it. You're retained within it. The spirit is as well, and that's really important for other people to understand, is that they're what you do in this world is important. And if our people, we used to live with the earth and make sure that it was protected and called it Mother Earth. It was part of what we it was a religion.
We're heading out to Camp Quarantine, the old quarantine station, on Monday. Do you have any advice for us before we head out there?
No, just announce yourself within yourself. You don't have to
not
talk,
out loud.
You don't have to talk to spirit. It'll connect to you when it's right, and you'll feel a presence. As I say, I felt something when I walked down East Windigo, and it'll connect to you. Just announce yourself. Say, look, I go all over the place in communities. I've done a lot of burials, and I talk to myself to begin with. I say, am I doing the right thing? What am I here for? And if you are there for the right reasons, and you're not meaning anything, any harm, no harm should come to you.